Welcome to the Debate Corner channel. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe to stay up to date with future videos. The more comments received, the more videos will be made. Let's get started. Today we'll be looking over the disastrous vice presidential debate where we had yet another round of the moderators bashing the Trump campaign with fact-checking. If you've watched my last video over the Trump and Harris debate, I made sure to include what the moderator's job description was. That applies to this video as well. From the beginning of the debate, the moderator Margaret Brennan made sure to let the world know that the candidates would be able to fact-check each other. To me, that would be fair considering it is them who are debating, and the moderators are to remain impartial throughout the debate. For a few seconds, I started to believe that they wouldn't get involved in the debate in any way, but what we've seen unfold is the exact opposite. This debate was definitely an easy win for J.D. Vance. Tim Walz, for some reason, seemed as if he was unprepared for the event and wasn't ready to take on Vance, judging by his body language and repetitive movements such as writing on a sheet of paper, looking over at Vance repeatedly, and having a blank look on his face for most of the debate. Those actions looked all too familiar when you compare them with how Harris's actions look 95% of the time when she doesn't memorize her lines. This made him appear rather nervous during the debate, while Vance was calm, cool, collected, and knew how to answer every question presented without being a confused mess. Walz reminded me of everyone's first job interview, which usually always goes wrong. The kind that you can't answer questions on the spot and fidget in your chair, not knowing what to do with your hands, and so on. What about the moment that Walz admitted that he himself was a knucklehead? When Walz brought up that Republicans will be enacting Project 2025, that was the exact moment he threw in the towel. I've covered this once and I'll cover it again. Project 2025 is just a compilation of ideas from the Heritage Foundation, which has been around for more than 50 years. They write up ideas or policies for presidents, but that doesn't mean anything. Anyone, including you or me, could write up what we think should be changed, but it doesn't mean the president will even give it a mere glance. Trump has his own agenda, and both Trump and the Heritage Foundation have even made it clear that he has nothing to do with it. Everything the left has tried to do to smear Trump's campaign has backfired. By spreading lies, misinformation, and accusing him of everything else is their way of grasping for straws. Next thing you know, they'll be trying to tell everyone that instead of pardoning a turkey on Thanksgiving, he'll eat it instead, causing yet another poorly failed attempt to cause an uproar. The left is doing all they can to ruin Trump's chances of re-election. Superman once said, "You're scared of me because you can't control me. You don't, and you never will." And I feel as if this is why they really fear Trump. Being a Democrat is just another way of a get-rich-quick scheme. Countries pay Democratic presidents to change policies for everything to swing in their favor, but Trump doesn't take foreign money and change a policy that would damage America. Instead, he has his own money and doesn't need others to bribe him with theirs. He does what should have been done years ago, sets us all on a better path, and does what is right for America. Let's go back to the portion of the debate where they spoke about the migrant crisis. When Walz said in quote, "Look, this bill also gives the money necessary to adjudicate. I agree it should not take 7 years for an asylum claim to be done. This bill gets it done in 90 days. From my perspective, I don't think Walz gets it. The question revolved around the current migrant crisis. How would making them legal and spending even more money solve the issue? It's a crisis. Let me make it clearer. In a crisis, you would do what it takes to reverse what has been done, not spend even more of the taxpayers' money to continue its operation. The illegal immigrants do not belong here. If you ate food at McDonald's and became full, would you be done? Or would you keep spending more money to buy more and continue eating yourself into oblivion? It's the same concept. America is done with this miserable crisis taking place, and none of us want it to continue. None of us want our tax dollars spent on this either. We do not consent to your blatant law-breaking antics, period. At this point, the Biden and Harris campaigns are both so out of touch with America that I don't even think drawing pictures and writing with crayons would get through to them. Even with all of that being said, one of the most memorable moments of the night came when Margaret Brennan decided to include herself into the debate. She said, in quote, "Just to clarify for our viewers, Springfield, Ohio does have a large number of Haitian migrants who have legal status, temporary protected status. This was to fact-check Vance. You are completely false. Oh, and nice attempt to womansplain what many of us already know, then try to hurriedly switch the topic using one of the most used lines of the night. We have so much to get to, followed by smirking and saying, "Gentlemen, the audience can't hear you because your mics are cut. We have so much we want to get to. Thank you for explaining the legal process," after she was corrected. This is what you get for getting involved in the debate, and if CBS News was actually covering this debate, they should have muted your mic the moment you started fact-checking. There is no such thing as a temporary protected status. I don't care what Harris has wrote up to make them supposedly temporarily legalized. Title 8, Code 1324, clearly makes it illegal to harbor illegal aliens, which Harris is in direct violation of. She has violated a federal law by doing so and needs to be held accountable. Why would this federal law exist to begin with? To prevent things like what she is trying to do from happening without repercussion. The only ones that are protected are the ones that went the legal route, did everything by the book to be here legally, and waited the required amount of years to do so. I believe this is all I really have to cover, considering Walz wasn't even prepared for Vance, which in turn set the mood for the night. Vance held his ground professionally, and he clearly defeated the three of them combined, as Trump had done in the debate with Harris. As far as the moderators go, Margaret Brennan needs to be shown the door. Just like judges have mock trials to hone their skills to keep them sharp, anyone that in the future that is to become a debate moderator needs to be involved in mock debates so they learn how not to fact-check before doing it on a stage where everyone is watching. Fact-checking during a debate only makes them look stupid on the spot and will be called out by millions of viewers. If you're going to fact-check, here's a bit of advice. Do it on your own network's news broadcast when the debate is already over. That way you will only be talking to the sheep that believe your lies because the rest of us know better. What were your thoughts on the debate? Who do you think won the debate? Let us know in the comment section and have a wonderful day.